Hello Earth, back with another video to talk about the savages in my area in Brazil. I tried very hard not to bring them up to the table, but as the children around and the criminals in my neighborhood and my neighbors, they keep on pushing the subject, I'm gonna bring it up because otherwise it's gonna suffocate me. Well, everything started when I was little. Like to remind you, I have no reason to tell you anything about my life that doesn't concern any of you, but because I want to exercise this conscious and subconscious out of my guts, I want to take these people out of myself and then walk in the street freely and just not really bog about it, because when I was a child, I saw a lot of people like getting killed and being molested by police and by criminals around, by fake accusations and stuff. And the spirits always told me that in the future they were going to do that with me too. They tried to get me arrested when I was like a minority. My age, I wasn't, and I didn't have enough age to go to jail, but they still took me to jail, to prison, to show me gay men in jail and stuff, and children that are gay. There's a mass of gay children in Brazil, and they want to express that, but the way they express that, it's by getting guys, single guys like me, and then bullying guys like me. Their fathers are gay, they are gay, but a lot of teenagers, a lot of children are gay in Brazil. So I used to live in a very ghetto place, and my neighbors used to go there. We were very young, we were very little, we were like a children. And we used to like just play around with toys and stuff. Nothing really happened, never have anything ever happened. So this is the part that they're trying to push on me, and after this times that I past my childhood, kids around my neighbor, they start inviting me to go masturbate around. People were fucking each other, children were fucking each other. They used to, the same very guys that are next to me right now, that they are in gangs, they're doing like drug heavy stuff. They grew up, and now the only subject they have to talk about, it's this childhood thing, because they were very poor and they didn't have any really good history in their lives, and they hunt guys like me with this type of situation. I don't bring it up. The guys that I knew back in the day, some of them became singers, some of them are their fathers, and they're living with their wives and kids. I don't bring it up, but these people in my neighborhood, they're bringing this up, and they're throwing this in my face. They're shouting there in the street, and I'm gonna say it. So there was many episodes that they were trying to push me to become a homosexual, and they did this with my best friend that I had in the time. They always push us to fight. They always try to get me into a fight, or in jail, or to get killed. The main reason for Brazilians is to do this, and right now that I'm getting older, they are trying to push this again on me. They're low lives, they're savages, they're gay. The guys that live here, they have cars and have like gigs that they get money here and there. Some of them, they graduate in something, but tough shit, they still the same assholes, they still the same criminals, they still the same stalkers. The police know, the police enjoy them, this bug that they have in my life 24/7. They finance their kids smile. In order for their kids to smile and have a laugh in the street, they have to bring bully histories about my life back. And they're trying to save their kids' tough time in life by making crisis like myself. They're making me as their Christ, like Jesus Christ or something. And then their kids don't have to go through any struggle. They're doing this to anyone. And then they have a fat guy that just left 24/7. Probably he's getting free food, and no one does anything. So as I understand that this won't be a good place to stay, I'm coming to understand that probably my family set me for this. I don't know why, but I'm right now, I'm alone in my family's house, and they are doing what they always do. Brazilians, they are doing what they do. They gather in places here and there to talk about my life, and people that they're aiming and they are planning to kill. I saw this through all my life. I have pictures of a guy, a dead guy, right in our wall right here. The first time when I went to jail, there was a friend of mine. He got me out of jail. They killed him. So now they're back with the same subject of trying to incriminate guys like me with their children, because their children are I wanna, they want to play with mental by in Brazil. What they use their brains for is to bog other men's butthole. And when children come to understand this when they're very young, I did not know this until after my 30s. But children in Brazil, they are already born knowing this, because in a hospital, the doctor probably already teach them this. I spent 30 years without knowing this. Like, I never knew that this is what was all about. I did not know that this was the flow of the entire universe, that people just bugged and killed guys like me 24/7 just to bug other people's butthole. Like old men, when it's like this. When they're children, the old people push them to get together to understand who's gonna be gay, who is not. Like they did to me. They put us with poor kids. Poor kids, their families really don't give a fuck for them, so they are always out and about. Not all of them, but majority of them, at least in my time, was like this. I saw a guy that I used to play soccer with. He became transvestite. Today he's a woman. Was a good friend of mine, by the way. And that's what they do. So they study about the kids, who's gonna be gay or not. Me myself, thank God I passed, even not knowing that they were doing this mentally with kids. That's what they do. My way of thinking, I push more in a man's way of thinking, which is like the police way of thinking, the way of 300, the Spartacles and Roman soldiers. I think more like that kind of way. But in Brazil, it's not like this. In Brazil, they get kids to masturbate with each other in abandoned places and stuff. Then afterwards, when you're like on your 11s and 12, some kids start getting raped by older guys. Not raped, but the older guys start fucking them around. So eventually they become gay. I escaped because I was always around women. And I remember one time one of my first kisses, the real kisses. Before my real kiss, everything was just silly, like a children stuff. But before my first kiss, that's when everything started happening. I had a little girlfriend who wasn't serious. We never kissed. Can you imagine? She was my girlfriend, but we never kissed. And we never hold hands. She was just my girlfriend. And then I had a best friend in my childhood time, which is, I think, is the whole purpose that satanic evil neighbors are pushing me to do this. That's why they send that kids to always blog and sending directs towards me in stores everywhere, because they want to know my entire life. So probably later on they're going to use against me. But I'm saying my version here, so that if someday someone tried to kill me because of this, at least you know my side of the story. Or at least I know that there's angels out there that keep eye on satanic and savage Brazilians. That's all they do is this. So then after my real first kiss, there was a guy that showed up, and then he was like kind of like a porn star guy, and then he started like fucking all the women around, and then just like a homeless crazy guy. And this guy always appeared in my life in episodes of my life. Last time he appears in my life, he was like by my mom's apartment on the other second apartment we had. The other time was in São Paulo. I was talking to a girl. He came in and he just like started getting a girl, trying to get the girl from. He's always trying to get the girl from me because he's trying to keep me without a girl. They always bring like a celebrity to take the girl from me whenever I'm like hooked with a girl, or they bring a better guy or a richer guy. So the purpose of Brazilians is to keep me single until I become gay or something. That's their mission. I remember and I understand this now. I remember each episode that they cock block me, that they push me away. They're always constantly like reminding me about what they tried to place me in childhood. Childhood was nightmare. They made a nightmare throughout school. They always try to push me for homosexuality and cigarettes and beers, and they really want to cook me alive. They want to kill me in a spot. Right now it's constantly it whispers all over the place around me. They whisper. Kids, they're mean, they're nasty, they're gay, they're constantly, they go out to play a little bit. The only thing they do by playing is sending messages towards me, remind me. I know because the thoughts get to me. Now there is no way they can fake it, because I know, I understand when it's to me. The fat ass woman next door here, she always hits something and she sends the bitches towards me. My body feels and has a reaction, so I know it's towards me. These people is just like insane, just like satanic, straight savages. That probably they are now trying to buy a way out of what they did to me, or trying to get me killed through a third person, because that's what they do. I already told you they're not allowing me to work or to make any type of living, and they're working on trying to kill me in a way of way out. That's how I feel. I'm not scared. I'm prepared for that. But it's just like, when I just say it because I think it's unfair. And I know there's cops out there that they're clean, and they might need to know this, because some of people are there and they're out and about and they don't know, and we have to take care of our backs. The human brain is a very powerful tool if you know how to use it, and if you know how to share your information with the right person. The information will fly like in the speed of light. Unfortunately, there's a lot of bugs to our conversation, our minds and thoughts and stuff. There's a lot of witches, there's a lot of gold diggers, there's a lot of all type of dirty bastards, dirty garbage in our way. So now they are trying to, they know what I am, they know my location, they're trying to point people, each person where they are. And I know now that I'm in a state of time that now I have to get my own food. Eventually I'm gonna have to flee. They will put mass of transvestites and gay to places that I pass by, because that's what they do to push me to become alike. I had nothing against you gay people or transvestite. They're actually my friends. They usually help me when I'm in tough times. But my entire life was like this. They always push me towards transvestites and gays and stuff like this. Guys, we do not really get along, because jiu-jitsu for me, they're fake ass. They gave me a little bit of time to learn a little bit, but for me they're all fake ass. For me, they just don't allow me to work out and do things that I like, because they know I would surpass them. And then they use the bullshit of saying that I'm cocky or anything like this. So they bring so many other things, and which is like, if I present you the real cocky dudes, you'll be like, oh my god, you're holy, you're Satan. So whatever. These children in Brazil, I am in Vila Clores, Belo Horizonte, Minas Gerais, South America. I'm being attacked by kids. They start in the same state of mind as like West Bank and other countries. They get the kids start picking one guy, and they're like, oh, we're gonna destroy this guy. It's like, I never done anything against them, never. I remember that my entire childhood. I'm gonna tell you how it was. Remember, I would be home, and then a friend of mine would call me, oh, let's go to my house. We would go to his house. He had a big house. Every time they put me only in environments that had pointy things. I always had sticks, pointing stuff, masturbating kids stuff, or porn magazines. Always had to be like this. Something involving sex or woman, or always like. I never felt anything on my body like I feel now, or like I noticed that people talk to each other mentally, and people try to push each other, people send express orders to the thought to manipulate others, to do decisions and to do things, and the person I even know where the sources are coming from. Before, I used to think that when things would this happen, I thought it was God. And some of them, I thought my cells in the brain was developing the thought and was giving it to me in my body, and my brain was sending the commands to my entire body, like my hand can move right now. I thought that was the sources of it. I did not know that the entire Brazil, not the entire Brazil, because I doubted that Rio de Janeiro and São Paulo people waste their time by stalking me, but Brazil, in my city, that's how things work. When I'm throughout the ghettos and stuff in different states, they might do that, but even though I doubt it, because they have a lot of other things to do. But in my city, that's how I feel. So the guy would call us to go to his house, and then they would bring masturbation up that. So kids would sit next to each other and just start masturbating, looking at each other because they were curious about puberty and stuff. So the new kids now, they wanna know history of everyone. So that's why they always bring rape thing, the subject of raping into the table. So because they know that's the way they manipulate cops and other single men to do whatever they want. Because in Brazil, when in my time, to tell you the truth, I never saw with my own eye any cop killing anyone, but this is what was going on before. They used to say that the cops would get a guy and then they would just say, oh, you raped someone. That would be nothing. They would just take the guy, and there we had like a horse place to bet on horse around my house, around our house. They would take the kids there in the night, they would kill them and bury them right there. I doubt it too, because back in the time of my father's, my time when I used to be very young, I was like Daniel's son, like the Karate Kid guy. Back in that time, you would spit in the ground. We had a guy we call Perito, a guy that is from the police. He would know even what time you spit in the ground. He would know, like, you know, they used to measure the street, so everything, I think everything's set up for us, for family. I know that it's not, because it's not that I know, but it's like I have a different opinion. That's what I'm trying to say. I have a different opinion about this, what I just said. By my seed, I think, was made to make guys fall, get into car accident, get a motorcycle accident, to fight with each other constantly, to constantly threat each other, to constantly be in each other's butt, mentally, physically, always constantly like pushing each other to give up somehow. They separate the blacks from other people. Before was we were all together. Before we used to all go to each other's house, go to each other's bars and nightclubs. Now everything's separated. Everyone that I knew, everyone's disappeared. Everyone, it's gone. All nightclubs were closed. Before, we used to go out from Monday to Sunday every single day. I did not know that neighbors and people were like 24/7 on my nightclub time things, business and stuff. Now people say in my face, they even know momentums that I had in life, and they say it, they speak out loud, and I freak out when I'm in the street. I go like, who the fuck are you? It's just like random people just come up to me and say crazy stuff that they just know about my entire life. It's crazy. So I know that now for a fact that they use my life for this, and it's just creepy. They're creepy, they're scary, they're sarcastic, they're cynical, they're nasty, they're provocative, they're perverse, and it's a bunch of stuff. So after there was a time that I started feeling really creepy about it. I don't want to be around these kids like masturbating and stuff. And also I was very uncomfortable with myself. Like I want to discover everything on my own. I had not even ever come, like, to tell you the truth, like, and I even knew what that was, but the kid kept asking me to be around them and simple. I was so innocent that I remember that these kids, they were like from ghetto, they're like, oh, you gotta look at this dude, otherwise you're not gonna be one of us. So I picked up a porn magazine for the first time. I remember I felt so dirty, so like disgusting about myself by looking what was in it. It was just a silly porn magazine, but I felt disgusted. I thought the woman was being hurt. I thought the man was hurting her somehow. It's like when the United States, usually they do gifts to me so many ways, and we have a very abstract communication. But I'm very sad. There's always a guy, something that I didn't make, which is biology. I could not like study the environment of my own country and travel around like Indiana Jones. But the United States usually do gifts to me, and they send exotic animals so that I can see. The last one, which I appreciate very much, was the bird that goes like very weird bird. I forgot his name. I have in my stuff somewhere. But that's how I felt in that time when I saw porn for the first time. I felt like it's not an exotic thing, but I felt like something like, it's like, imagine you go to a different planet like Mars. You get in Mars, you see ET in front of you. It's weird, it's strange. That's how they made me feel. After that, they start pushing me for cigarettes. So they took their time to push me to quit school. They organized their way of making me quit school, because that time I didn't think on my own. And it's not that I didn't think, I thought. I could think, but I didn't know that there was conspiracy around me. I did not know. Otherwise, I would go after, study who was the guys. I did not know. I was a child. Everything they took from me. I would get a girlfriend, they would go and get a girl from me. I would try to study, they would put gangs to push me around and do things. It's like they were always constantly 24/7. Maybe it was several years of harassment on me 24/7. Now that I'm back, there's only lesbians and gays and this type of savages that are running the business. The lesbians, they keep me away and they get the best girls, and they keep me away by bullshitting different new laws. The gay guys, they're my friends, but we really don't interact with each other. I really it's difficult. It's like I have a different principle, so I don't have anything against gay people. They know what I like, I know what they like, so we don't bug each other. So we really flow really well, and it's like we have no problem. But for example, in Brazil, there is the funk now. Funk, it's different and difficult topic to talk about. It's very obscene, but people seem to like it. Adults, children are cynical. Children are perverts. They're satanic. They're liars. They probably killed a lot of men with their cynical, satanic, liar bullshit, because they're all ready to fuck whatever pays more and move more. Before I went to the United States, kids, I would go to Carnival in Brazil. Kids would walk right straight at me and say like, "I'll blow job you right now for $5." They would say like this, little children in the street. Now they're trying to incriminate me and stuff, because they incriminate the guys that are from the time, back in the time when we were growing up. And none of those things were nobody's business, not even nor kids in Villa Clois around my neighbors here. These kids for me, they are playing with their life, because if that time before, if there is any guys from like gangs involved around, kids like this, they can get killed. And then they're gonna blame me, say that it's my fault. It's not my fault. I never even get out of the room. I'm constantly in my room until someday I leave from here, because I don't want anything to do with these people. These people don't want to do business. They don't want to talk. They don't want to be friends. They just want to make obscene music. They want to yap my name. They want to shout it in the streets about things that happened when we were young, because they push me to be a part of their lives, which I'm not part of their lives. I will not follow their lead. I will not become like them. I am what I am. They tried. They create so many things through me. They create jealousy through me. I had so many stories. They create jealousy through me. They create envy through me. They create like hairstyles from me. They create like bicycle ways, everything just by bullying me, by chasing me, by envying me, by hating me,
WhatsApp.
everything. There was two fat black women where I used to live. They were just like fake and phony, just like constantly. I heard that her father, supposedly be from the police, was a ghostwriter. I can just imagine by the environment what that man must have wrote before when we were young. I can just imagine. But this is the truth about it. Whenever you see me awkward with a kid now, I want you to understand this. I always loved kids. I always adored them. I used to pick them I used to pick them up, kiss them, hug them, like literally, really truthful to a kid, because I loved kids so much. But after a while, I stopped. I got like, you know what? They are not seeing me the way I see them, so I cut them completely out of my life. So now I don't want anything to do with kids, and because of that, now they're like, it's very difficult for me, because there's kids, they're innocent. They're very innocent. They don't know anything. Their brain is very tiny, and they're just learning how to function there. And I think of myself when I was little, so I understand the limits of a baby and the kids, and to judge by their families. So you can totally understand. There's kids that are special. There are others that are more slow than others. Some families just leave them whatever. But it's like, it's difficult when kids, they get together to bully you for many things that society does. So that's when I get mad. But sometimes I think a lot. If I would get mad and make videos and yell at people every time I get a bad thought suggestion, bad thought provoking towards me, it would be crazy. Just lately now, sometimes I yell at people and shout at people in the street, and people are constantly, because I think it's a new thing for a lot of people. Christians in Brazil, they're dummy too. They say they study the Bible, they graduate in school, they're so fucking everything, they're rich, they're good, they're so everything, and it's like sometimes they do gaffes, they do bad things against me, just so that it's so stupid the way they develop things, how to keep your attention, how to push you to look at them, how to, it's completely 100% like dummy. It's so fucking dummy. I just have no words. But this is what happened, and I'm gonna put a rock on this today, because they are not my therapists, they're not gods, they're not angels, they're not good people trying. If you're a good person, when a good person want to do what they want to do, you don't do this way. What they're trying to do, they're trying to get me go back on time so that they can study and take over each little details and later on use against me and get more information, use against and go after, probably even go after the guys and kill guys. But what they're trying to do, it's what psychics used to do back in the day, but for a good cause. When the situation is hurting the person, and then you put the person all calm in a state of calmness and the bed and stuff, and then you start massaging the person's brain and bring the person's back, or maybe in a good chair and stuff. Not the way they're doing. They're putting kids to bully me. They're creating material on the internet that kind of talks about us, and it's always focused on a man's butthole. They're so gay, they're so illegal, they're so criminals, they're nasty, and it's like I have no idea what else to say to you. It's like I'm not afraid of them. I actually feel disgusted by them. I feel disgusted we share the same country. I think they're just like nobody at all. And they're lucky I wasn't alert before. Because if I was alert before I went to the United States, I would never come back here. I would never ever dare to even in a second to go through this journey like I'm going right now. They're raising kids to bully me, and it's like they're trying to trap me in John's house in a way that I have to make videos and talk about John stuff or United States materials and stuff, because these kids, they're like this cynical and everyone trusts them and believe in them, but that's not what they're doing. That's what they're doing. They're trying to trap me like they trap so many people. And the people that they cannot trap, they kill in a way. I saw them killing people. I saw them kill people in front of me many times. And the guy that used to study about murders in Brazil, he doesn't exist anymore. For example, right now, everyone is driving a car. When I ride my bicycle, they pass by me like 100 miles an hour, 100 miles an hour. No one cares. As soon as I buy a car, they will start putting new cops in the street who have like a white hat, and he's gonna start writing like parking tickets and stuff. They will start. That's like, whoa, it's all about me. I never saw anything like this. It's just crazy. I go out right now, there's nothing going on. There's people parked on top of the curb. People, they just like whatever. You go downtown. I go downtown right now. There's like homeless sleeping everywhere. Women sleeping with the homeless. The bars in Brazil is filthy of drug dealers, hookers. People just like fucking in the middle of the street. It's crazy. And as soon as I get a call, I get a job where I start trying to get involved with society, they change everything just so that I never make any money, meet anybody, or always be unhappy. So I tell you, who set my life for this? My family knew this. My family knew that they were like this. Like, what did I do to you for you to not to tell me that this was the trap? It's just like sometimes I look around, go like, what is going on? It's like, who am I really? They don't let me be at all in anywhere. It's like anywhere I go, I was in the littoral, I was in Miami, there was always someone following me. There's always someone constantly trying like, oh, you have to be homeless, just go away, stay in the street, throw your clothes away, sleep in the street, start begging, start making start making stuff, so that, you know, that was one time when I really started to understand this, is when I was in Sao Paulo. I thought to myself, like, I'm gonna have to really start living in a private place. So I met a guy that he was renting place or giving place away that he would invade it, places that were abandoned. And I looked, there was a woman people weren't homeless. People were just, it's not, homeless in Brazil is kind of offensive to say, but everyone was homeless, but people weren't bumps. People were just like looking for a better life. So there was a woman next to me. She was talking to someone, but the person wasn't there. She was next to me. She's talking to herself, and she was talking about me. And I'm like, what the hell? Who is she talking to? And I pretend I didn't hear. I wasn't hearing anything. She was talking to someone kind of like related to me, or someone that kind of like knew me or something. And she's like, oh, he's here now. What are we gonna do? And I'm thinking to myself like, oh, these people don't know me. I'm gonna get a place here because this guy just invaded this place. He's gonna start renting place away. I done this before. Pretty soon I just had a bicycle. I was selling bike. Pretty soon I'm gonna get a car. I'm gonna get the hell out of here pretty soon. That's what I was thinking. But when she started talking to herself about me, and I'm like, the place didn't have water or anything, and I'm thinking to myself, why is she talking? And she's like, oh, he's here now, so what are we gonna do? And then she's like, oh, he's already homeless, what else do you want him to become? And that's one thing I'm like, whoop, what? So that's when I started thinking to myself, like, well, these people are trying to make me a homeless, but I need to understand why. So I went back to church and stuff, like trying to go to church. When I went to church, it was like a mess. They are separating me from other people, trying to like get in groups, separating groups. That's when everything started changing. And this is biblical too. They cannot do this. And there's a part in the Bible that says that the soil, the joy and soil, I don't know how to say it in English. It's a specific word, but there's a part in that you cannot separate. There's a parable about this. I know for a fact. I don't read it, but I know that there's there. So therefore, I know that it's wrong. So that's when things hit me, and I thought to myself, like, well, probably everything's set up. So now I understand. So everywhere I go, they're trying to make clones of the kids that used to do things with us when we were young. They never done anything to me. They tried. So I'll explain. They even made music about the stuff, and I never noticed. I just noticed after I was older. There was a kid that he was like, oh, let's go grab like mangoes, and I'm like, this is the most typical one that I think each of them know. And as I'm speaking, probably they already know that I'm speaking about, because there's like so much stalkers and low life people that has nothing to do with to us that bring this up. So it's like, oh, let's go get mangoes and stuff. And there was a bunch of kids and stuff. We were very young. I was about to go live with my father in a different state because I couldn't stand off them anymore. And I just begged my father to go live with him. He's like, oh yeah, you can come. So I'm like, okay, before I went there to live with my father, like, let's get some mango and stuff, some random place, some random, like, someone's house in there, like a little farm and stuff. I'm like, okay. So when we got there, they start taking their clothes off. I'm like, what the fuck? And it's just like, I'm like all excited about school, about like going out and meeting people, and just like that this time in life, shoes was very nice. You have your shoes on, Nikes were like the shoes on and this stuff. So when we got there in this middle, they start taking their clothes off, and always at that time I could not hear the children yapping like they do now. They're always yapping or say something. I just said something right now. He just say something over there, or someone that is stalking me as we speak. I did not know this stuff. I was on my own only. I had my own state of mind, and no one could interfere. Like now, they're constantly all over me. But so, and then they made a centipede, or like human centipede. All the guys instantly, they took their clothes off. They started making centipede, like a caterpillar or something, a human caterpillar or something. And then I'm like, whoa, wait a second, I'm not down for this. They're like, no, it's okay, you go the last one. So we went through a drama so that I could be the last guy. So they're like, come on, go in. I'm like, okay, I'm going to. It's like it took forever. So this stuff, it's that the material that the stalkers use against me, to stalk me, to bully me, to piss me off 24/7. That's what low-life people do. They're not working the internet. If they do, they're doing with the Brazilian TV, and people are getting paid on the side, and they're crucifying me. So I want to understand before I die, like, why me? Why did these people took me for Christ? Why did they destroy my life? Why me? I didn't do anything to them. It's like it's almost like it's difficult to understand. I really don't understand. They took me for Christ. So before I die, I would like to know why. The crimes and the things that they used to do. The funny thing is that when I speak, I can feel them, and I think to myself like, well, this is what the guys used to say in the United States when it's like, oh, do you feel me? And I never noticed that they were actually body invasion, which I spent 10 years in the United States. I never felt awful the way I feel here. But Brazilians, they literally feel you. They literally exchange this BS stuff so other people can feel, so that they can monitorize you or try to kill your planet, to kill you in the future and stuff. Every time I tried to travel in Brazil to cabas and stuff, there was always a guy or always like a couple people following me around. It's like, for me, in my opinion, if you ask me, I think you're so gay. There's no other way to explain you how much gay you are. And when I say that you're gay, I'm not calling you homosexual or from LSB, I don't know, whatever the code from the guys. I'm not calling you them, because they're nice. I'm saying that you're gay. Your actions, your attitude is gay. By following me around, I think you're gay. I think you just want to get fucked by me, and then you don't have the balls to come and confront me, because now you see that I'm older. What you feel in life, what police and Brazilian gangs do to you, it's a butt reaction every time I yell at you and tell you that I'm not scared of you. And you guys, Brazilian guys, cops, police, women, fat neighbors, disgusting children, you all get bad interaction, bad energy, by bullying and pissing me off and by pushing me around. And I know this right now for a fact. And by experience too, because I felt you guys, that's what you guys did. The first time I felt this in the street, I was in the center and downtown. That's what you did. It took me a long time to function what was happening. Now I understand your bullshit that you do to people. Some of you stupid dummies use that energy on men's butthole to threaten other men. Some of you do to piss other people off. But the most stupid one that you use is your women. Your women want to get acknowledgement from me. Then she uses you, dummy. They are always in a motorcycle. Then she passes by me and you passes by. I'm not even that good looking, but she wants attention so bad. Then she pisses you off, so you piss me off. So when she expects a lecture back from me, when I don't lecture her, she gets mad, so she makes people fight and kill each other. That's why people are killing each other and country farmers, and that's why you caught each other's hand, you hurting each other, because she is taking the Brazilian women, they take Brazilian men's principles from them. Usually by making you more feminine, by breaking your manliness, by breaking your guts, by you call what I'm saying, you call the agulhão, your agulhão. That's what she breaks it from you. She does all this so that you get like more freely of, and then you're like, oh no, this is okay, we can all do it. So you start, when she fakes you and she serve you in a betrayed way, you go after other kids to try to make them pay for your mistake. When she does and you just agree with it, she continues until you become gay and eventually a transvestite, and then you two become go after the kids to do more and more and more. It's just so ridiculous how your journey of gays and transvestite by destroying entire generations and countries and everything else. I don't know what to tell you, but this is what happens. Thank God I'm alive and well. Thanks a lot, and peace out. I hope I don't see none of you.